Okay, it's pretty cold outside. I need a coffee, and today is something that's gonna be quite an eventful day, to say the least. Because one, I'm gonna be filming a video with Cody Wanner. I mean, one of the really good creators that I actually look up to. And yeah, well, you know what? That's more than enough information for now. Let's move on from there. How about that? And as I said, I need a coffee before I go there. So Cody and I have been having a conversation about filming a video together for a couple times. But it was like we were having some scheduling issues. For example, he had his own commitments and I had mine. So today is when we're actually able to, and so I felt like, why not make it, a day of firsts, if you will? I call it that because here's the itinerary for the day. What we have planned to do is one, this is a first for me, obviously. You could call it a collaboration of sorts. And two, it is going to be mostly about him and I comparing the new MacBook with the first initial M1 generation MacBook. So it's M1 versus M1 Pro. So that's something, and if I had thought of an idea that him and I could go through a nice little one-on-one Q&A session, so we can go back and forth. I ask him some question, he asks me some. I had what one would call I'm not gonna say unique per se, but definitely a odd idea to do that. So that's what that's what I'm trying to go for today. So let's see how the rest of it goes, and I'll probably next see ya when I'm actually at Cody's office meeting him. Let's get on with it.
Okay, so what's the format?
Okay, so I go first, and I'm assuming you know what every piece
Yep.
moves as, right?
Yep.
So, obviously, I take my step, and I ask you a question. It doesn't matter how long one takes to answer.
Okay.
At the same time, it just to mix it up and the interaction to make it a little bit interesting is why I thought that this would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And so, a lot of times, Cody, I've seen creators say,
Yeah.
gear doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What is your take on that?
I would say, so I can go both ways, right? I think you can make a great piece of video or a film or a movie with a phone,
Right.
At the same time, I think, sometimes having a great piece of gear, a great camera, something that can give you a little bit more leverage over shallow depth of field, or ability to zoom in and get a 300 millimeter shot that's super tight, or some of the effects that good gear can give you. Obviously, those are storytelling elements too, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter in the sense that you can start at whatever level you're currently able to afford and to use, and you can make amazing stuff. You can make better stuff than I make with worse gear than I use.
Yeah.
In that sense, it doesn't matter. In the other sense, it completely matters, because as you make more money, as you get access to better and better stuff, you can use those tools to make compelling images and tell compelling stories.
Gotcha.
You know, so the answer is it does matter, but for all intents and purposes and practically, I still want everybody to get started right now with whatever they've got.
Yeah, I see what you mean, and I agree to it. I think for 90%, 99% of the part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of times I feel like, say obviously, I can record on my phone right now. It is a great camera,
Mm-hmm.
right? But what I'm wondering is that, what if I have good picture quality.
Yeah.
But if you're watching my video and the picture quality is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but the audio quality is absolutely butchered,
Mm-hmm.
right? It
Right.
sounds like a potato or something.
Audio on a phone, it can be really tough.
Yeah, and obviously when it comes to, say for example, scenarios like a windy day outside.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm taking my phone outside to record on a windy day,
Mm-hmm.
some phones might be able to deal with it in a better way than I could.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's something that I think that would not be the best idea immediately to, you know, hunt for, just simply going with, you know, whatever you have available,
Right.
rather than trying to acquire something which is relatively better
Mm-hmm.
to be used than actually ending up with something that is unusable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's like a lot of times the limits of your gear can end up dictating the finished product. You know, it's like, say you go out with your phone and all you had is your phone and you're shooting something in a windy field.
Yeah.
Like that ends up being, you're bringing in the sound effects you're not using any of the audio that the phone recorded. You're
Right.
bringing in sound effects. You're doing like a voiceover.
Yeah.
And you're relying heavily on music because the phone wasn't capable of capturing that audio.
Yeah.
So, you know, but again, sometimes I like those limitations of like, okay, this is all we had. This is the only lens we had. This is the only whatever we had. How do we make the most compelling piece with this limitation? But yeah, I totally agree. It's like, you know, in that case, you need some sort of lab that has wind protection or some sort of shotgun mic with the dead cat on it or whatever to add to your phone. And that's why we're always constantly getting new gears, because we're trying to do better and better stuff and be more and more prepared for whatever comes our way, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, it's my turn to move, and it's also my turn to ask a question, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, what got you interested in like becoming a creator, photography, video, whatever you consider yourself, or like this industry? What got you interested in, and why did you start?
So a lot of times, you know, obviously, first person that inspired most of us when it comes to vlogging would be Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
So primarily, my mindset was like, I like this genre of making videos itself, so I wanted to do it for the longest time. But taking pictures, I've done it for a decent bit, and everyone does it. It's just, it's all about improving yourself over time.
Mm-hmm.
So for taking pictures, that's what it was to me. Like, yes, getting a better piece of equipment did help, but when it comes to making video, I was, and a lot of people speak about many different types of vlogs, and specifically, I felt like vlogging was the one for me. Like the day-to-day lifestyle vlogging, instead of having a theme to it, I felt that it's better that I could potentially have the challenge of having a mundane day and making something interesting out of that.
Right.
So that's something that basically made me get into vlogging in the first place.
Cool.
So yeah.
I love it.
So what's the No Small Creator initiative essentially about?
No Small Creator is a community of people that's based on the idea that taking something from inside your head, an idea, a vision, a project from inside your head, and putting it out into the world, like in some sort of physical form, whether it's on YouTube video or a product or whatever it is, that like process is like daunting, it's massive.
Gotcha.
So there's no such thing as a small creator because the process of creation is so big in and of itself. And like, you might ask, like, you know, why does that matter? Really, it doesn't matter. It just, like, who cares what people call other people or whatever.
Right.
But just in like the YouTube culture, there was a term called, and is a term called, a small creator, like a small creator. And I just really chided against like that idea, so I made No Small Creator. But yeah, now it's a community on Facebook. It's like 4,100 or 4,600 people strong, and just people trying to encourage each other through the process of creating and making stuff.
Right, and I'm sure like initiating something like that does take quite a bit of effort. So so what I'm actually really surprised about is how you started it and yet made it successful. You know, like how did all those 4,100 people get to know about the group of yours?
Yeah.
Or like, because I'm sure there must have been a stage where there were only, say for example, 3 people,
Yeah.
2 people in it, and 2 people like including yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so like when it started, it was very much just like, you know, 20 people, 30 people, whatever.
Gotcha.
And then when I was on Peter McKinnon's channel, and he mentioned No Small Creator, and then like that was like the first massive push of like people finding out about it. And then as it started to grow, like I was mentioning it in every single one of my videos after the fact. So as my channel was growing, you know, the link was in the description for all of that time. And so like creators were just finding it, hitting the link and applying. And that's how it really started to grow. And then I think eventually Facebook also started like recommending it to people. And
Gotcha.
then, you know, friends are always referring other friends to it. So yeah, just it started with humble beginnings, and it's still in that place in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for me, it's really all about like the community, you know, of everyone just together and doing things. My turn?
Yep.
All right, I'll put you in check.
Trying to protect myself right now.
What's your favorite newish piece of tech that you've gotten to interact with, or that you haven't but you're just excited about it right now?
So right now.
Check again.
All right. Okay. So the newest piece of tech I have in my arsenal as of right now would be my iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Is it the 13?
It is the 13.
Yeah.
And obviously, I went for the normal Pro model instead of going for the Max one because anything bigger than a pocket full is like, you know, a little too big for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I had not expected it to be that good, but AirPods Max.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard great things about them.
Yeah.
I don't have any yet, but I've heard amazing things.
Yeah. I got one. You want to test it out?
No, I'm good. Thank you,
Okay.
man. Thank you. I have a competitor, but not quite at that level. Is the Sony WAXHM Force.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I like them a lot, but I do wish that the noise canceling was like a little bit stronger when it comes to voice. Like I want it to be blocking out more voice than it does.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I love the headphones, absolutely.
I guess at least for AirPods, what I can say is that lately it has had what I would think to be a conversation boost option for AirPods. So essentially, it does end up blocking a decent amount of sound, but when someone's actually having a conversation with you, tries to see if they're actually talking to you, and then just essentially turns on transparency mode for that conversation.
Right.
But sometimes that could be like an issue in of itself.
Right, like I have that feature turned off, like conversation mode, because like it has a feature where you can say, like when you start talking, it'll just go transparent mode.
Yeah.
And I turn that off because like if I'm talking, I don't want it to affect it. Like, and I literally just don't want to be able to hear people talking.
Gotcha.
Ever. But I can hear people talking. You know,
Gotcha.
So that's why I really want like.
You want to concentrate on
Right.
what you're doing.
If I have them on, I want to just be like in my own zone.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Okay. Bring this guy out. Man, I love this set. It's really nice.
Yeah. I missed out on a good take a couple minutes ago.
What's that?
When you first had your rook over here,
Yeah.
I had my bishop right.
Oh, really?
Not-
It's because we were talking. That's
Yeah.
what it was. It's because we were talking. Okay.
It was barely covering me. in the
Yeah.
frame.
Did you start it over, or is it still the same?
It's the same.
Still
like,
rolling? Cool.
Yeah. Either I'll just cut to me have adjusted it, or I'll just show myself correcting.
Yeah, right. I just moved here from here to here.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Started using this stuff called Liquid IV. It's like a Gatorade booster type thing.
Oh, okay.
There's a check. There's your first check of the game.
Sure is.
Uh,
And went right away.
and I love it. I absolutely love this Liquid IV stuff. Fantastic. Highly recommend it.
Okay, I'll definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll definitely give it a shot. So yeah, and what else should one expect when creating content that a lot of people don't really tend to do so?
That you don't realize that that's going to be such a big part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing at this point. to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's good because neither do I. So I feel like we're well suited in that regard. Yeah. Something they should think about but they don't expect. I think that there's a check for you. I think one of the things that I hear about is like if you are gonna start making content, you need to be really sure that like the niche that you pick, what you start making videos about,
Right.
you really, really like it. Because like it's easy to fall off when the going gets tough and like you stop liking it. Like you need to like making videos enough about a thing to keep going even when you're not seeing any sort of results.
Gotcha.
The word of warning I would give with that advice, I heard that from MKBHD, it was like a little clip on Twitter the other day, or I guess probably. The kind of converse of that, or the word of warning I would give is like, when you choose something to make videos about that you really, really like, and you stick with it, and you grow a following and a channel based off of it, you can start to not like that thing, like because you have to make videos about that now. It can actually make you like lose your love for that thing that you loved.
Right.
So just beware of that. I mean, like the kind of counter idea would be like, okay, well, pick something that you don't really like but you're willing to make videos about, and then just stick with it through the hard times, so that when you get to the point where you have to be making videos about this because it's tied to how much money you're making and whatever, it doesn't matter that like you're still just doing it because you feel like this is good, this is something that I want to do, it's a great way to make money, it's a great way to engage with the community, all the different things. But at least at that point you haven't you haven't sort of taken away your like innate love for something, you know, just because you monetized it.
Gotcha.
It's kind of a complex answer to the question, but that's how I feel about it.
It is indeed a complex explanation, but it is a very valid and I should explain would be my perspective. Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that would be the right word to describe, but that
Yeah.
would be the one that I would go for.
Yeah, you get it. What is a video that you've made that you're pretty proud of?
Okay. So the video that I've made that I'm really proud of.
Fairly proud of. Like, it doesn't have to be your best video, or just like something that comes to mind. Like, I was proud of myself for doing that.
So I think I showed you like the B-roll footage that one time that I made a very seamless transition, which I feel like that particular segment for me was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, I feel there was a video that I made about because I had to send my MacBook out to Apple. So I had no MacBook. I didn't have a computer to edit on.
Yeah.
So that's what I was wondering about, like that there's a challenge that's following what I have yet to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm assuming I tried to send out a pretty good message with the video, and I somehow feel like I was successful in doing so.
Mm-hmm.
But again, obviously it is subjective, so it's up to you how you want to interpret the message that I sent out.
Yeah.
And in that one, I feel like, and that one barely had any B-roll or anything, so it was just cutting to the chase.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I felt like it was a quick, small video,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt like yes, it was pretty good for my taste.
It conveyed the message that you wanted it to. Yeah.
Yes, in much shorter of a timeline that I normally consume.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Is it your move?
I think it's yours.
Mine?
Yeah. In all honesty, even if it's mine, I don't remember. So
Okay. Maybe I'll get a double move here.
Yeah. Okay, so for you, I feel like a lot of your content also revolves around vlog style videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I told you my reason as to why I chose vlogging, and how about you? What made you choose that?
Yeah, I just really wanted. I also love Casey Neistat, and really wanted to document what it was like for me trying to build a video production company. In the 4th year of building it, and started a daily vlog to be able to do that, and to be able to encourage people to keep going. When you have a small business, it can be really rough. So I just wanted to be an encouraging force in the small business space. And that's why I started it. And then I just became good at it and really enjoyed it and kept doing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's I would say really good response for that regard. But I feel like not a lot of people would think the way you do.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to specifically thinking about helping someone.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this particular scenario, as you just said, your primary aim was to motivate people to start doing what they aspire to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I feel like not a lot of people do that, but yet it was a really great initiative on your part. That's what I can say for sure.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
This is a lot better than the other one just said I had at home.
The little, yeah.
I mean, the board itself was relatively big,
Mm-hmm.
and say for example, a lot of chess pieces are made out of wood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they might be rotating a piece of wood to carve out a pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So they must like get to cut the bottom off.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to sand the bottom to make it flat. They didn't. So it had like a point
Oh,
coming out of it. So
snap.
it was like basically just rolling around like that the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I was like, no, this is not something I'm using.
Right.
Yeah, I think it reached its 30-minute limit
Yeah.
for like 4K recording.
Yeah, yeah.
Your
Of course.
turn for the game and
All right.
for your question.
Sounds good. Okay, that's what I was gonna do. Question. What's your, what do you do to work out? How do you stay fit?
I don't. that's the only explanation I have right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep, I hear
Because all I do is just, I've got a treadmill at home, so I just run on it. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
I wish I did more.
Yeah, running. I mean, running is important. That's an important thing that you're doing. So, okay.
I'm trying to, like, I think I'll be trying to get a tonal home gym module. Like, I think it mounts on the wall.
Okay.
It's like, I don't think it has, like, physical weights on it. It is simply based on magnetic, electromagnetic resistance.
Oh snap! Awesome.
So if you look it up, like I think it is an expensive piece of equipment by itself, but it's like it includes most of your workout.
Yeah, you can do anything with it. That's very cool. All right, your move.
All right. Quite the predicament we have here. I guess that's all I can do right now. Nope, shouldn't have done that.
Okay. You do that. Yeah. You get it.
As I said, shouldn't have done that. God. Guess I don't have any choice on it right now.
Get back on track here.
So I guess it's my turn to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So how was your experience vlogging for a whole year in a row, like every day? 'Cause, like you told me that an edit for you takes an average of 2 to 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you manage to vlog and edit in the same day and upload it in the same day?
Yeah. Normally, what I would do would be I would shoot it all day, and then I would edit it in the morning the following day.
Okay.
So I'd wake up at like 4 or 5 and edit from 5 to 7 or whatever, or from 4 to 7 if I needed a longer edit.
Okay.
That was pretty much my format, but it was just an absolutely fantastic, experience for me. Other than the fact that it was like so incredibly exhausting.
Right.
But so much changed for me in that year. I sold my part of the video production company to my partners. The channel grew. I started monetizing the channel, and that became like my main source of income. I met so many amazing people and like made friends with people all over the world. Got to speak at amazing conferences and stuff all over the world.
Yeah, I watched all of your videos. This was like,
Right.
how did you manage to do all of that? You know?
So it was just, it was just a fantastic year, hands down. Wouldn't have traded it for the world, even though it was, like I said,
right.
incredibly exhausting.
Right.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do now. All right. Check again.
I was about to move it a very awkward probably.
Yeah.
Which would have allowed you to
It would have been
easily
bad.
do a mate.
Yeah. I was just hoping.
Yeah, at that point it would have been like an easy mate.
Yeah. What's a piece of content that you'd love to, a video that you'd like to make? Like a fun, a dream video that you'd want to make?
What? Okay, so when it comes to that, my first requirement is it needs to be eventful.
Mm-hmm.
Because not like every other day of my life.
Yeah, right.
So if it's something that something new or unique that I'm doing, which I would, which I would actually genuinely enjoy, then rather than just to show for the video.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try to believe in more of a impromptu style videos rather than having it all scripted.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I need to have something to say all the time, because I feel, on my own personal experience, I feel like I invest quite a bit of time simply showing B-roll, and a lot of times when I look at the statistics of the video, most of the time that people have actually retained on this channel, they have mostly been only watching the B-roll portion of the video the most.
Interesting.
So like so I would see like the whole graph just climb right away towards this exact moment where the B-roll actually starts.
Interesting.
So stick around till the B-roll ends.
Yeah,
So
they don't want to hear you talking or whatever the story is. Interesting.
So I feel like I don't do a very good job in talking or just simply interacting with the camera itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it is my nerves getting onto me when it comes to vlogging in public, because obviously there is one fact that needs to be taken in mind, that people know what vlogging is. People know when you're walking around with a big camera.
Mm-hmm.
They know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, somewhere in the back of my mind, I feel like they might not, some might not, and it would be a very awkward situation for someone to see you speaking to a non-living thing, so to speak. So I feel like that's something that takes me back a little bit. So I feel like if there's something that I would enjoy and not care what people are thinking about while they're looking at me, I feel like that would be that would something that would help. Yeah.
Check.
Okay. And how was your experience filming and working with Peter? I'm sure you get asked this question quite a bit, but I personally love to.
It was so great. I was actually just thinking about it today. Just like a fantastic human being, and just like super welcoming, just like with open arms, like, all right, let's make a video, like this is what we're doing, show me all the places, like all around his office.
Gotcha.
Adventures, one wheels, like all the stuff, just an absolutely fantastic experience, and like really just made me feel like I was like a longtime friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was incredible. For sure. Okay. If there's
like
checkmate here, I don't see it.
To be honest, I've stopped seeing that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? Not gonna hint you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There
I
is.
know. See, I told you.
Check.
Mate, it's a mate.
Woo!
Nice.
I did not think that was gonna happen, man. I'm not a chess player.
My excuse is I gave you the extra move.
Right.
That's my excuse.
They gave me the extra move, and we very much having to carry on a conversation while playing is like, you know, it's hard for me to like switch tasks between those two things. So that was cool.
In my opinion, I feel like it. That's what made it a little more interesting.
Yeah, for sure. No, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. That was fun, man. Thank you.
Because I guess also the fact that you and I did not discuss what questions. to
Right.
ask,
Right.
Right. So this is like a proper like impromptu and improv, if you will.
Yeah.
That we're doing right now, and not a lot of times something would come into my mind.
Mhm.
Because one, we're also playing chess.
Right.
Two, let's be honest, like over here, compared to what I do, you are a relatively more prominent of a creator.
Right.
And so the last time we met at the Toyota dealership,
Yeah.
right, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I was like, what should I say?
Right.
You know, and as of right now, I'm interacting with you, and I felt like we've established a decent connection.
Mhm.
So I feel more comfortable talking to you, and if that was not the case,
Yeah.
I would have not come up with any questions. whatsoever.
Right.
Let's just play chess,
Let's
alright?
play some chess. Yeah. No, that was a really fun idea, and I love the chessboard, and I'm really glad that I won. I'm extremely competitive, so.
Look, I just thought it would be a good idea because I had been seeing your Instagram status lately.
Yeah.
You're playing some similar games.
Right.
With your
Mastermind.
wife.
Yeah.
I was like, I think this should be a good idea.
That was a great idea, man. Thank you
I was
very
like,
much.
now I know I just shot myself in the knee. Or something.
Awesome. Thanks so much again,
Because
man.
now the friend that I play my games with,
Yeah.
my chess with, his name is Pushbuck, and he's gonna be like, man, you are so weak.
Right. Because
not gonna let me
he'll
lose
see
that
that
one
one move that you missed, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, you're so bad. You're so bad.
That's good.
You know,
That's good. You'll come back a bit bigger and stronger next time, and then you'll just smash me.
hopefully so.
All right.
Hopefully so.
Cool, man.
Well, it was amazing interacting with you.
Yep.
And hopefully there's more to come.
My pleasure.
That's all I'll say.
Thank you. Sounds great.
I'll just shut the camera off real
Yep.
quick.
Good ending, though. Into our careers, but so yeah, we took Roberto Blake. Or
Yeah.
I had a day set aside to make a video with Roberto, and my friend out there is like a professional rock climber,
Oh, okay.
and so he was like, you know, do you want to go rock climbing? And I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. I was like, Roberto, do you want to go rock climbing as well? Oh, I guess this goes in the bag first. Do you want to go rock climbing as well? And
You don't need to put it in the bag.
oh, okay, you don't want it. All right.
Yeah.
And Roberto was like, yeah. So we ended up doing, like, while Roberto was climbing,
Uh-huh.
we were like interviewing him, asking questions.
Oh,
Like
okay.
every time he would like take a step. And then there's this one time he was like right at the top of this thing, and he's like holding on, like shaking.
Right.
And we're like rapid fire asking him questions. So it was that.
Yeah,
was
I don't believe you for 1 second that this was the most interesting one.
Well, I was giving that interview.
Okay.
So like this was like the most interesting time I've been interviewed. Is what I'm trying to. Is what
Oh,
I'm trying
okay.
to say.
Gotcha. Man, was it such a great experience. Okay, so I'm supposed to meet him again on Thursday, which is where we'll probably shoot something else, a little more. So, stay tuned for it, I guess. See ya.